Good evening. Welcome to the Line Traveller. This is the first of our late night rants. How you going, Lixie boy?
I'm pretty good, man. Well, lick it up. Lick it up, my French. Excuse my French. But yeah, we're here, episode...
12?
No, 13, sir.
13. Lucky
so
13.
Lucky decided, as you said, to do the late night sessions because we know it's a Saturday. Mm-hmm. Everyone's on the sauce, hopefully. Mm-hmm. And hopefully get some calls.
I dare say we will. I dare say we will. So what's been happening, man? What do you got for me?
Well, my personal life there's a lot been going on, you know. I'm in the pits. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
Man, I swear to God, everyone that's in the pits, you're like, oh, how's the weather today? They're like, oh, mate, I'd like to tell you that I'm in the pits.
Yeah, you heard about the new dozer? You're like,
shut up. Yeah, man, the pits is the industry's version of vegans. You know what I mean?
I hate vegans. Yeah. Apparently, a man was... Speaking of vegans, there's some kind of vegan person in Perth. I forget the name. I won't mention it because fuck them. And there's a guy. He had his restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. So he made the restaurant. He was annoyed at vegans because someone came in and complained about a salad being $32. Mm-hmm. So you know what he did?
What?
He's like, no vegans can come to my restaurant ever again. And that caused a huge controversy. And now apparently there was protesting going on. There's a bit of violence. And look, the man, that's his business, right? If he doesn't allow that or he doesn't want to cook salads for some fucking vegan, so be it.
Yeah, well, I suppose so.
Go somewhere else.
There was a fantastic restaurant in the most woke capital of Australia, which is...
Canberra.
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So they charged men, I think it was 23% extra than women to make up for the gender pay gap. How long did that restaurant last, you reckon?
Let me guess. Less than a week.
It actually lasted about 6 months.
Yeah. 6 months.
6 months.
So
then they're all freaking out. They're like, oh, no one wants to come here because men have to pay extra. We all pay the same tax dollars. We all pay the same tax dollars.
But in saying that, there is a gender pay gap. Is that the word?
There is.
I've been told. No, well, lately, the last, I don't know, say 8 months, the news has been telling me there's a gender pay gap.
Okay, so statistically, there is a gender pay gap. Statistically, women do get paid less than men, but that's not because if a woman was doing the same job I was doing, they get paid less. That's not how it fucking works. Overall, women get paid less than men. That's not a fucking gender gap. They're not out there building the roads. They're not out there laying concrete in the middle of summer. And a lot of women, and via their choice, they get pregnant, so they have to cut their career short. Do the whole pregnancy thing until the kids go to. Man, more power to them, and then start again. But overall, yes, women do get paid less than men, but it's not a sexist thing. It's not a sexist thing at all.
Well, like my line of work, which involves like underground mining, whatever. Like there is women there, of course. So as you're talking about statistics,
and do they get paid less than you?
They get paid the same as any other bloke, and they get treated the same like any other person.
That's it.
So, like obviously you're saying statistically, yes, of course, but the majority of men are there working these extreme harsh hours, these long dangerous hours, and they're going to get paid that, and that's just fact. And there is women there doing the same thing, and you know some work harder than men.
Well, yeah, fuck, they do. Yeah, some. Fucking oath they do.
Yeah, like if you want a fucking good wage, go do what the men's doing. You're allowed to these days. They're screaming for it. They'd rather employ a woman, or a female, or whatever you want to be called.
They say bricklayers now, man, are getting $3 a brick for every brick they lay. So, man, you have the ability to make $1,800 a fucking day. Yeah. But, man, I'm not doing that because that's fucking hard yakka. But am I going to say the bricklayers are getting paid more than me because all I do is run machines and press buttons? No, man, good on them. They work hard for it. And I guarantee you there's female bricklayers that fucking do that. But I'm not going to piss and moan and say, they get paid more than fucking me. But they're doing the hard work, so more power to them. Anyway.
Yep.
We're digressing.
Yeah. We are true. We just went on a tangent.
We did. Yes.
As we do, but...
We do.
Yeah.
So, everyone, welcome to our first installment of the Late Night Rants. We're probably going to do most installments now because we get a bit more caller feedback when everyone's a bit lubricated for the evening.
100%.
But what do you got paranormal for me, bro? Let's get back to our roots.
Paranormal? Well, it's not really paranormal, but there was a hot topic that you bring up about El Pombero, which... it was a fascinating... is it paranormal? Or was it more of a mythology?
El Pombero.
Well, there was footage of it. So
yeah, El Pombero, and there's footage of El Pombero all over, like Brazil and sort of South America and stuff like that. It's definitely a cryptid.
So, I've got some notes here, right?
Nice.
So,
good on you, preparing.
I just You usually know I'm a man of last minute.
You do work well under pressure.
Pressure, I love pressure. Mm-hmm. Of course, as you can see with my high blood pressure.
So what do you got for me?
So yeah, I was looking more into it, and there's another creature in the South American.
Yeah.
A similar thing called Kurupi or Kurapi.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he's a similar beast as the El Pombero. He is also short, ugly, and hairy in stature.
Okay.
Like me, but he's definitely shorter, right?
Yep.
He has another amazing aspect. His penis. All right, now I've written this down. So let me find it. Whereabouts his penis? I've written it down somewhere. Oh, his distinctive feature was a humongous penis, which wound around his waist like a belt.
Well, man,
it was this big.
So
it's definitely not me.
I was going to say that cryptid is definitely not us.
Look, some people have micro penises, some people have huge penises.
Apparently, the micro penis is coming back into fashion.
The penis, actually, you know how we discussed statues, and I was not going to say the word aroused, but I was anyway. The male figure, like I've stated this before, anyway, but the penis is amazing, of course. Anyway, let me get back to Kurupi because
Are you just going to edit that out there? Like,
fuck no, that's going in. Why would I edit the truth out? Like, we're not fucking NBN News or CNN. We're going to fucking censor everything. What I say is the truth.
All right, so tell me about the. All right, so back to basics. Tell me about this cryptid who has a huge penis that can wrap around his waist. Why is this cryptid a bit of folklore? Tell me, like, what's it doing?
Well, he's a folklore to this the South American people in Paraguay or whatever. Yep. So it was when women were having unsuspected pregnancies or unexpected pregnancies.
So he was blamed. He slung one up him.
Yeah. So much like El Pombero, he's been blamed for these pregnancies. The reason was because he had such a large penis. He could, it's been said, he could extend the penis through a door window or other openings to impregnate sleeping women. So this is, he could impregnate sleeping women.
Wouldn't they feel it going in?
Well, it's possible. Maybe he had some on his penis. There was a numbing cream. Perhaps. He was a weird creature, and he was blamed for these unexpected things. Yeah. So sleeping women. Oh, you can't sleep women out there. Don't sleep in South America. And so he's known to also father these several children.
Can I just quickly interject there?
Yeah, please interject.
You've been to South America, yes? Really? I thought.
Oh, is Mexico South America?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to... Yes.
And how much sleeping did you do, bro?
Well, hey, as they say, when in Rome,
That's it.
God damn it, numbed your face.
Yeah, yeah.
But at least I wasn't like... A lot of people who go to Mexico end up in some weird like cartel videos.
Yes.
Luckily I wasn't. But digress more back into this man. So as we stated, big penis, sleeping women, watch out. His fathered children that were blamed. The ugly children were blamed on him.
The ugly children.
Ugly, hairy,
do you reckon this could just be like folklore from women of ill repute that wanted to jump around? And then they birth ugly children. They're like, oh no, the cryptid with the big dick, like me while sleeping. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's exactly right. So obviously the fathers, or not the fathers, but the people who may have been with these women have blamed Kurupi.
Yeah.
For this. Who wouldn't? Like,
man, it's an easy scapegoat. It's an easy scapegoat.
If only Australian had some weird... had these weird things. So, yeah. And also, it's been told in this folklore, or it could be true, that some women had disappeared in the process. And they were taken to his forest lair, where... This is a quote from a website, which I want to name.
Yep.
So, where's the quote? So, sometimes he was blamed for the disappearance of young women, stealing them to his forest lair for use in his laborious desires.
Laborious. And his nefarious ways.
Yeah, so it did quote in a word I'm not allowed to say anymore.
Yeah. Oh, well, no.
Sorry about that. But, so yeah, that came up from the El Pombero. There was a few people fascinated. They were wondering if Peacock could have been El Pombero. I think you're more of a groupie without the penis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely am, bro. Hey, I definitely am. My penis can definitely not be.
Does it not wrapped around your body?
Not at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately not, man. But man, we can't all like be blessed. You know what I mean?
Well, as we did state, it's like the penis. What it is, it come. Why are we talking about the penis so much?
You're talking about the penis. No. I'm not fucking talking about the penis.
Look, it's an organ like the tongue. Like, why can't we talk about it? What's so?
Yeah, like I understand that, but you're talking about the penis a fair bit, man.
Yes. We did. Yes, we were talking about the penis just before. About back in the day, a small penis was quite arousing.
It was considered to
some women.
It was considered to be like high society, man. When you had a small penis, man. That's why you see Michelangelo's David, man. Man, that
Beautiful
dude,
statue.
that dude is
Beautiful statue.
rigged up, man. He's got a tiny fucking penis, man.
Big ball sack.
Off the cheese wagon, man. The cheese wagon. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, off the topic of penises. I don't know.
Back to our paranormalness.
I don't know why we started on penises straight off the bat, but we're going to be here all night. Like, we're going to have some editing to fucking do on this. Anyway, so, man, what I've been sort of monitoring fucking lately, I suppose it's kind of paranormal. So, have you heard of Loeb?
No, do tell my friend.
Loeb is the eyeless fucking disfigured woman, right? So, you know all those like AI like chatbots that will create fucking art for you?
Yeah.
So a lot of them,
Yep.
and they do not talk to each other, have been creating this woman that they called Loeb. The woman called Loeb, she's got like heaps disfigured face, her eyes are missing or usually fucked up, and in the background there's like the dismembered children or disfigured children screaming, I shit you not. And a lot of people all over the world are like, why are all these different AI art systems creating this one woman? They call it Loeb, yeah. And man, I was looking at the photos, man. It is fucking creepy, hey.
So we'll definitely put them up. So I've used the AI, some of the deep learning, whatever they are, you can write in a few prompts. Mm-hmm. So these people are prompting for a woman or something?
Yep. So
or they're just majority getting her.
Yeah. So usually
or similar things.
They're usually prompting for a woman in like a post-apocalyptic thing, but for some reason, all these fucking photos of pretty much the same fucking woman have been coming up on AI, like all the different chatbots. Man, it is fucking creepy, man. Hey. I'll just
right. Like I've seen some of the artwork that's been produced. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, like man.
So this Loeb, as you said, is coming.
Loab. And man, a lot of the fucking people that produce AI art all the time, they said because Loeb keeps popping up, and even though they can crash the server, start again, and they're looking for
so they're like wiping it out.
Yeah, and it will keep like reposting Loeb. Like there's just so many fucking photos.
Weird.
Yes, man. And all these AI fucking chatbots are talking about making that fucking thing. It's creepy as fuck.
So someone, the AI chatbots, right? They're obviously being made or like programmed by different people, but now they've got access to the web and stuff, and they decided for whatever reason that this person has to be shown.
Yes, and it keeps
scary,
popping up, and it is said, I haven't done it yet, but if you put it, because we both use AI art, like
for various reasons.
Yes, but it said if you do sort of prompt it, once Loeb is in there, you can't get rid of it. It keeps coming back.
Fucking hell. So could I prompt it for Loeb?
I would say it's a new age like urban legend. Remember back in the day, if you said fucking Bloody Mary in the mirror 5 times, blah blah blah. Yeah. But and they said if you you can prompt it for Loeb.
Yeah.
And I reckon once you do the editing on this, you should and see what it comes up.
Yeah, I'll definitely I'll look at it and show us a video of me doing it and see what happens to me. Hopefully I don't know, something could happen to me.
Maybe
I could say penis.
You could be a penis.
Yeah, a pioneer. I'm a pioneer.
You are a pioneer. A pioneer of the penis, man.
AI, as we said, it's coming for us. It's taking jobs. We were discussing, it was something else about, it wasn't about Loeb, but what was I discussing about AI? What did it do? It did something else.
It's done heaps of fucking weird shit recently. Man, before even like ChatGPT and stuff were kicking off, there were AI bots in sort of the mid-2000s, right? And we have spoken about this before. I'm going to rehash on it. They had an AI bot in fucking London and they had an AI bot in Munich, right? And for some reason, through the internet, they started talking to each other in a code we could not decrypt. So they just went, better turn this off.
Yeah, I think they did. I think Microsoft had their own AI chatbot and... It's funny. I forget what it's called. I'll bring it back up, obviously, to people and give you some more information if you're watching this on YouTube. It devolved into ideologies of a master race.
The chatbot did.
Yes, it did. Excuse me. Yeah, so it divulged itself that all this information was getting inputted into. There's a certain master race. There's certain people got to do this and that, and then they just continue.
So it's a racist chatbot
by itself.
Yeah. Well, I suppose. Jesus. Like, oh well.
Don't know. I didn't fucking make it. This is Microsoft. This is Bill Gates, baby.
I kill Gates. I hate that guy.
There's something about Bill Gates. Something about malaria recently.
Yeah. So
GMOs.
he dumped a bunch of malaria-ridden mosquitoes in Colombia, and everyone's got malaria there. And Bill Gates just suddenly has the fucking vaccine for it.
Well done, Bill.
Anyway, we're going down a fucking tangent. We're going down a tangent.
Yeah, we are.
So we got a person call us. We had a person call us probably about a couple of hours ago and leave a voicemail with his own paranormal fucking story. His name is Robbie. So, man, did you watch the full thing of Stephen Greer talking about the full Disclosure 2.0?
I watched a couple of the people who were giving their talks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got up to there was a man about Antarctica or something about an earthquake.
Yes.
I didn't go full into it, but yep. Go ahead, sir.
So yeah, I have watched the whole thing. Don't get me wrong; it was a long slog, but it did have some pretty important information. So they claim that in the South Pole, they have a device there that was decommissioned, sort of just after fucking World War II.
Yeah.
But when they recommissioned it, that's what caused the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Yep.
And leveled it. And now they're saying that they can cause earthquakes across the world in any point in time that they want to.
We've had some pretty bad ones. I think there was recently Turkey. Could this be a possible thing? So Dr. Stephen Greer, if you're out there who are not well versed in the man, we've spoken about him several times over a few episodes. So I'm sure you've looked him up or whatever. He's a great man. We call him Trap Teddy.
Yes.
You know, for reasons you'll see. And yeah, so I think it was 2000, just before 9/11, they had a big conference about, they call it UAPs now. Well, you say UFOs, aliens, people in the military stuff, disclosing information, etc. All these government contacts in that. So fast forward to this year, 1 second, I'm going to call that.
Hello, you've got Peacock and Licks on the line.
Trevor here, boys.
Trevor, how are you, mate? How you been?
Good. Yeah, good, boys. How are we?
Good. What's going
a few
on?
beers, mate. How you going?
I've got two blokes coming at me at the moment. What's
two blokes?
One at a time.
Fucking hell, you can't handle two?
Yeah. You tell them to lube up first. What do you got for us, Trevor?
It's not the first time. A funny one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I must have fucking overdone on the fluoride last night. I had a bit of a lucid dream.
Oh, you're kidding. What were you dreaming about?
Oh.
So it was me,
Yep.
Licks,
Yep.
No.
a couple of associates of ours.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
It's a bit weird, this one.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
it's all right.
We love the weirdness.
Yeah.
This is. I'm not lying to you. This is what happened last
No, I
night.
believe you.
It's funny. So Licks was walking around. As he got up out of his chair, we're in an outdoor setting, table, I guess, near a shed.
Mm-hmm.
He got up, pants down,
Yep.
Of course.
put the old fella out, and it was a lizard. And a red lizard walking around with a lizard as a penis.
It's truth. And how
Explain that to me. I know. So
Yeah.
Big Trev doesn't understand dreams, and I know there's science.
did
I don't a fair bit of
how did that
fucking
make you
fluoride.
feel, Trev? Did you wake up aroused?
No.
You sure?
I did actually. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So
Yeah, everyone wakes up with a boner.
That's true.
some people do.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on there. Yeah.
Mm.
How's the night going, Chevs?
Yeah, good. You're the first caller of the night, Trev. But we're expecting a hell of a lot more this evening. So, man, we've just got a carton of tins and we're just setting in for the long haul.
Couple
What are you
4X, mate. 4X summers.
Forex, sorry.
That's all we can afford, mate, in these fucking
That's
these
it.
trying
Yeah,
times.
the YouTube views aren't fucking paying the bills, really.
Big Trev, you're a big hit last podcast. We're talking about the gargoyle and stuff. Some great topics. So with your
I'm
dream,
pretty passionate about the gargoyle.
I know you were, man. That's why we got you here.
If you talk to Trev at some point in that conversation, the gargoyle's coming up. I'll tell you that right now.
Have you ever witnessed it with your eyes?
He's done it.
Looking in the mirror.
No, it's truth. It's truth.
How did you get the old fella up there, mate? Was it a challenge or what?
Going, mate, you could do this for another 10 seconds and you go around a piss.
Well, yeah, so about your dream, I know I'm a bit of a spiritual man myself.
Hey, boys, what times are you fucking shutting up here tonight? I've got a couple more pints in me, I tell you.
No,
Well, have a few more pints.
I'm down in Freakson.
Freezing. Do you want a guest appearance one day, maybe?
Hey, where are you boys in? Are we in the same time zone?
Yeah, we're in Wickham, New South Wales.
Do you know the place? It's near a brothel.
Wickham?
Yeah.
It's a funny name. Right, I'll call you back a bit later.
Thanks,
Right,
Trev.
so thanks for the call, brother. Keep them coming.
Keep drinking, bro.
Cheers, boys.
Keep drinking, mate. Good man. Well, Trevor back again on the line. It sounds like he's having a good night. He did have an interesting dream, I believe. Something about a lizard.
Yeah, well,
did something happen to
when
him?
you look into dream interpretation, you can get a book on it, hey, but I don't know if like it really describes it. Like, you know how they say if you're running through a hallway or your teeth fall out, it means this, that, and the other. But
What would that be?
man, I think it's just your subconscious just doing fucking weird shit. Hey, you know what I mean?
Well, especially if a lizard is where a penis would be. It's definitely kind of weird. Like I'm a firm believer. I've lucid dreamed. Like I can control some dreams sometimes. Not in those kind of ways.
Can you actually lucid dream?
Yeah.
Really?
So my method is, say I wake up. Say you've had a sleep.
Yeah.
Say you wake up 5 a.m.
Yeah, fine.
Right, and you're like, oh, should I get up or not?
Yeah.
Go to sleep. That's when you'll lucid dream, and you'll have the most hectic fucking dream ever, and you'll be in control. That is how I do it.
It's funny that you say that because my brother has said that multiple times. He said, I can lucid dream. I was like, fuck off. But he said, if I get up really early in the morning, like to take a piss, and then go back to sleep when you've still got your circadian rhythms or like going hectic, he's like, that's when I can control the dream, hey?
That's in my practices in doing it in lucid dream, which if you don't know, not aware of lucid dreaming, it's where one can take control of said dream. So I found you might be dreaming at night, whatever, you won't remember it. But if you wake up early and you're like, should I get up? Go to sleep. If you force yourself to go back to sleep, you'll have the most fucking heaviest dreams you've ever had. You'll control them and you'll be thinking these for weeks. Like, if it feels like a whole lifetime has gone by. And you say, something happened and I thought of it and I go, that literally just happened this morning and it felt like it happened years ago. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So
it's like when I come off night shift, man, I dream more through the day. Heaps like vivid fucking like weird shit. I think it's because you're not supposed to be fucking sleeping then, you know what I mean? But it is pretty cool, man, when you look into lucid dreaming and astral projection and stuff like that. There's a lot, they reckon a lot of kids can astral project. My mate, you know him well, Big Keefsy.
Yeah.
He said his son, multiple times, his son's like 4 years old, and he said his son can see himself sleeping.
the fuck? His son was saying this.
Yeah, and he's only he's like, he's this tall, man. You know what I mean? Like,
I reckon there's a whole, like, our brains can only comprehend so much, right? And, you know, here we are on Earth. We're doing a fucking podcast. Like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Is this a way our technology goes forward? We make the podcast communications better. All this shit happens. Is it just a natural progression? Or is there something else there as like an interdimensional spiritual connection that we can tap into, but for some reason we can't, or we can, or...
Well, as someone that has done DMT, man, I can definitely say, man, like there is something like further out there. There's actually been a study at the Oxford University now. They're doing slow-release DMT, and they're getting these people, right?
Yeah.
They're getting these people, they're drip feeding them DMT like over the course of like 12 hours. So a DMT trip goes for like 10, 15 minutes. Big thing's a fucking lifetime. They're doing it for 12 hours for these people. And when they're coming out, because they always go back to the same place. This is what's so bizarre about it. They always go back to the same place. Yep. And man, they are mapping where they are. They are mapping the subconscious DMT fucking realm, hey?
Which is a whole another level of what we are and who we are and why this brain or something is so important.
Like, I think I was lucky.
It's
I never
normal.
No, absolutely not. But I never really opened the door, as I said. But after I
you want to tell your experience?
Yeah. So after I smoked it through a Tui's new can, and I didn't think it was going to do anything. Within seconds, everything was just like sucked down, man. And man, all I saw was a blinding fucking light. There was like whispers I could hear. I mean, I can still remember it to this day. I can still remember it. I had my brother there as a spotter. But, and man, it was a blinding light. And all I could feel, like I didn't feel scared. It felt like, honestly, it felt like your mum giving you a big hug.
Yeah, right.
It was so peaceful. And when I came out of it, I think he sent you the video when I was...
It was... watching it from that perspective, and I didn't know what was going through your head at the time. It was just like, what is happening from this substance or chemical that we naturally have, right? Is that
I believe it's a natural.
I don't know how they get it
in our brain that is released when we die. I believe. But honestly, when I came out of it, man, I fucking cried, man. I honestly cried. Like, I just felt so happy to be in that, like, have that experience and stuff. And man, I felt like a glow for like days after, man. I just felt so refreshed. I don't want to say reborn because it's a bit cliche, but I felt refreshed, man. You know what I mean? Like, you'd just been cleansed.
This DMT or similar substances, it's been used thousands and thousands of years, I believe.
Yeah, well, the tribes in South America have been using ayahuasca for fucking years. You can go there for spiritual retreats, and they do it with people. Do it for people with heavy trauma. You know, like they've had a horrible childhood or horrible shit happen to them. And man, a lot of them come out of it, and they're just like, holy fuck! I just feel fantastic. And man, that's honestly like. As I said, I don't want to say I felt reborn, but I honestly felt fucking like cleansed.
Yeah, well, it's a natural thing that it should be explored, and obviously the pharmaceutical companies giving these things to people and trapping them in, which I believe. Like, I believe there is a purpose for some of this for some people, but the majority of people, I believe there is natural remedies that our body and brains can connect to actually relieve this pressure from people. This fucking life. Buildings around us. At the end of the day, I believe doesn't matter. Well, man, they're just things and objects that we've built and created.
Bro, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so something deep in our brain and natural, like that can be unlocked, should be unlocked for healing purposes, whatever. Connecting with whatever the fuck is out there because there's something out there.
Man, I wouldn't say I would tell every cunt to go do DMT. It's going to be so fucking good because there is a lot of fucking horror stories out there. But I believe it's how you come into it. You know what I mean? I just had a really good day with you actually, and we just been like having a couple of beers throughout the day. I was hanging with my brother, just having it real nice. But I think it's sort of you manifest how you feel in that point in time. Like if you're having a really horrible time at work and you got troubles with the hand and stuff like that, don't be doing DMT. I do not say like I would say ultimately don't do DMT, but I'm saying I had a very pleasurable experience. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I agree with that, and I think that's why they're studying some things like psilocybin and shit. But some people going through trauma, whatever it is, it might affect them. Like, say they're having a bad day or they've got this problem stuck on them. If they had psilocybin or something, they might have it, not a bad trip, but it could unlock something to free that fucking demon or whatever the fuck it is out of them, which some people might consider a bad trip, but at the end of the day, that could cleanse them what they actually need to get rid of them. I haven't touched DMT, so.
But realistically, especially on psilocybin and stuff like that, you just look at your own problems at a different point of view. Yep. You know what I mean? As we have both ingested it multiple times. This is all a parody. We've never done it.
Yeah.
But man, like honestly, you could have shit going on. Like when I did it last time, I looked at the problems that were actually going on in my life, and you realize they're not really that big. They're actually rather minuscule.
100%. Yeah, that's why I think to some consent, it could be helpful to some people.
Well, man, they're using MDMA now. It's been FDA approved in the US of A to combat like chronic depression.
Yeah, and like there's methods to it, and I think you should explore options, especially some people who've got no like other options. But for some reason, they're afraid to let these things go because I understand it can fuck people up, but also can the things that they prescribed also fuck people and way worse. And they have people getting addicted to opioids.
Yes,
for things they don't need, constantly prescribed, dying from them.
Opioid addiction and opioid overdose are they astronomically trump street drugs.
And these fucking pharmaceutical companies don't give a fuck unless they're making money. No, I know, like it has a place and whatever. But I was also talking to a great associate of mine. Let's refer to him as a mushroom king. The man has ingested some heavy doses of mushrooms.
Yes.
30, I won't say the numbers because I don't want to put anything out there. But the stories he's telling me, it resets him. It awakens him. He also believes, I don't know if this is because he's fucked up in a good way, that he could, with a breathing technique, release DMT naturally from himself. Can you believe that?
Man, probably.
But I don't know if it's because he's tripping out or what. But he thinks that his words, this is a man. This is all could be fictional. Who knows? But he reckons that it resets his body into something natural, calming, and just makes his week or whatever mundane shit is going on. Just
Well,
I don't suggest doing this or condone this either.
No. In saying that, the last huge dose of psilocybin that I had, so where I go out to vape at work, it's around like the generators and stuff like that. There's this tree that I usually stand with. But after I had that huge dose that time, it was probably like 3 days after, and I was looking at that tree, I was like, Jesus, like doesn't it still look like he's majestic?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like everything, nothing bothered me. At work, the same shit was going on. The same idiots, fuck this place, like bringing their negative shit.
Yeah, neg vibes.
But man, for some reason, you're just immune to it. Immune.
That's a powerful thing, man. Like
it is.
In this day and age, and that, and I've also something's happened to me, and on mushrooms or whatever, and there was an object which I kind of knew what it was, but it was a tree at the end of the day, but it created itself to something else, like a not like a bean, but something there that I could look at and talk to, and just 1 second here.
Good evening, this is the Line Travellers with Licks and Peacock. How are you?
Hey, boys. How are you?
Good. What's going on, mate?
Oh, not much. I've actually just been given the number to have a chat to you boys.
Yeah,
Hey.
what's going on?
Not much. Just out at Newcastle Bar,
Yeah, nice.
Interesting.
an old bowling club
Yeah.
in Carrow.
Carrot.
close by.
Not a bad spot. I was actually having lunch there today.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Shit, you're not. So what do you got for us?
What do you eat? What do you have? What do you eat? Tell me what you eat.
I had the lamb cutlets with mash and gravy today for lunch. It was fucking
Cutties.
fantastic.
Right. How much?
I think it was fucking 32, which isn't too bad for cutlets, but I only got 2.
Have you ever had to deal with the old lady there?
The old lady, no, my hen fucking went up and ordered today. Well, I was too busy on the schooners.
You haven't had that many schooners there, have you?
Yeah.
'Cause she can be a right bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on the phone.
Yeah. What's your name, brother?
John,
John. What are you up to tonight, John?
a couple of beers with the boys.
Yeah. So
Couple of beers with the boys.
what do you got for us, John? You got any paranormal tales?
Anything weird happened to you?
Yeah. I could tell you. Is a shit. I don't know if it's good for the air.
It's always good for the
John, we're not running live, so anything that's a bit too facetious, man, we just fucking cut it out. You know what I mean?
Just cut it out.
Yeah. So what do you got for us, Johnny? Tell us.
I'll tell you a story about one of my mates.
Yes.
This big, tall fella.
Oh.
He's clumsy as fuck,
Yeah.
and he causes a lot of trouble wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So we went. I just had we had a buck show up in Brisbane recently, right?
Yeah.
And we took a couple of mushy cats up
Fuck
there.
yeah.
We fed him to the boys, and we loaded him up. And he was like, "Yeah, give me some." And we just he took whatever he wanted.
Fucking okay,
Anyway.
man.
Shit went downhill real fast.
Yeah. What are we talking?
Blokes didn't know him. All these footy players wanted to fight him. He was at the bar and some bloke come up to him and he was like, "What are you looking at?" And I just actually his name.
That's all right.
We got to this bar and he was looking at him, and we had to walk him out of there very fast. Otherwise, he was either going to get bashed or bashed.
Well, sometimes like a man of that stature, he might deserve a bashing, but if you've induced that to him, you know,
He is a man of that stature. He is. He's a big-bodied human.
Do you reckon he could have held his own against the footy team?
I actually think he could, eh?
Yeah. Well, look, you reckon maybe
You
one or
front
two,
hands?
man, left, right, good
I
night?
reckon he actually could, eh?
Yeah.
I know
those
he wouldn't shy down from the boys.
What's his fighting stance? You reckon? Just throws him.
It's orthodox.
he's about the fucking coward punching or what? Straight in.
There's a left, right uppercut, I tell you.
He's got a good combo,
Good
mate.
combos. Good
combo,
combos.
that cunt.
Fuck no.
And when you're in the mushy caps, man, you can fight anyone, I reckon.
Yeah, that's what I think he thought.
Yeah.
But then he got 2 days in and he thought he'd do it again. And he ended up just separating himself from everyone.
Fucking
He
hell.
didn't know what room he was in. The boy said he was like, "Fuck, he come into our room." He just broke in and opened the fridge up cracked a beer and then smashed it on the floor.
Just ripping
And
in.
then one of the boys was sleeping on the lounge, and they got up and like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he grabbed a towel and did like a handstand with a towel and just mopped it to a corner.
What the fuck?
We woke up in the morning. We're
Broken
like,
glass
"Who
and
the
all."
Who the fuck smashed all these glasses? Like he was up here like sitting in the corner, and he was like, "Oh fuck!" He was grabbing beers out of the fridge and just dropping them on the ground.
Yeah.
It was an absolute shit show, I tell you.
We all know Bucks
It's
can
like
get out of
a
hand.
fucking baby, I tell you.
Fucking A.
Sometimes the Bucks, we
Yeah.
all get in a hand of them.
But these babies give us a hell of a good time.
Yeah, fucking A.
I'm fully undercover. Now.
Yeah, all right,
What about
undercover.
Johnny?
Yeah, fucking I'm
So-
undercover boss.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. You got any of those mushroom caps at the moment? Or what?
Only feed him to me, mate, just to fucking have a good time.
Yeah,
Fucking oath, bro. Thanks for that
Next
fucking...
time, I'm putting him in a lion pit and letting him get flogged.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Sometimes they deserve...
You
it just...
boys get hold of that, cunt.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to let him go sometimes.
Floppy body.
Feed him in there, mate. Like,
He actually struggles to carry 4 beers.
Four
that's
beers.
disgraceful. Are you serious?
6'8" with the hands of a fucking possum.
Fucking
You know what I
hell.
mean?
Uh,
He's a real struggler.
Fucking oath. All right, Johnny, man. Well, I hope you have a fucking
Alright, boys.
fantastic night, brother. Thanks for the call.
Thanks for the call, Johnny, man. Have a good time.
Righto, take it easy.
Peace, brother.
There you go. What the fuck were we talking about?
All right. We did skip. So thanks for the callers. I think it's Trev, Johnny.
Yeah.
Excellent. Love your tales. We've all been there.
Keep
Bucks
them coming.
parties.
Keep them
Bucks
coming.
parties, mushroom caps. People obviously thinking they're better than, like, not bigger than they are.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been there.
We've all had it, man. We've all
You
had
know, good on him for not letting him fight the whole footy team.
it.
But
Yeah. Yeah, you got to look after your mates.
sometimes if your mate's been, he's like that sometimes, just let him, as you said, feed him to the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd just like to remind the travellers here that, yes, we are predominantly a paranormal podcast, but we do take your calls. You just listen to what you're doing. We're
Yeah.
here for you.
We just, exactly right. We love, having a few beers.
Bit of banner.
What's on your mind? Banner,
Yeah.
your mates, weird stuff happening to them. It could be paranormal.
This is why we do it. This is why we do it.
You're out there in the town, wherever you are, Carrington, whatever. Like, this is what we are. So I think the first time we were interrupted, or not interrupted, a caller called. I think we were talking about our man Stephen Greer, and so we'll get back to this. So he had his what was it? A conference? It's not really a conference. You watched his video?
Yeah.
A recent video.
I wouldn't say it was a conference, but it was just him, like a presentation.
A presentation of
Yes.
people who have interacted with, or things have happened to them with UAPs, aliens, whatever.
Yep.
So we talked about the guy in Antarctica. I think there was I forget what the old guy was talking to about, but there was a gentleman, I think he was in the Marines in 2009. I think I might have brought this up.
Is that the
previous
whistleblower that's just happened recently?
That was David Grush who
Yeah.
kind of kicked it back all off.
Yeah.
So there was another guy who was in the Marines 2009 in Indonesia, and where he's seen an actual craft, and it was picking up drugs in humans. I believe I talked about this.
Drugs.
Yeah, so there was a kind of a mercenary group there that was guarding this ship, and they were transporting, for some reason, drugs and potentially humans.
Well, they do say that
It's weird.
a lot of the declassified information, like the big famous one, we've got it in the electronic music fucking thing that I set up, the declassified. Man, they do say that. Yeah, they do say that one, is locked on by another plane. They do say that that's fucking actually an American craft.
They reckon it's American.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like
They
the
do.
shadow government
Well,
testing the
you think about
the
it,
technology.
$2.6 trillion just went missing from the budget. Missing.
So that's what Stephen Greer also says about these black projects and missing. So I think David Grush also, we've talked about this before, so a shadow government who has craft, they've either taken the craft, they've even shot at them, and they're in contact with several factions of different non-human intelligence.
Well, man, my boy
Yeah.
Alex Collier, I recommend
Yep.
everyone to check out his shit. He is old school before, sort of like Bob Lazar's fucking era, maybe a bit after that. But he talked about all this shit. He actually invented a fucking code for the US Army. So a code that was it would be one depiction of a fucking thing.
Yep.
But within that, it would have 3 or 4 different fucking things. And then they built this coding system out of it. When the scientific community asked him, how did you come up with this fucking coding system?
Yeah.
he said Andromedan aliens told me, and he was completely ostracized. Like why? Like why would he fucking lie about that?
That's what I don't get. Like all this stuff coming out. Why are these people lying in these high positions? For what, to discredit themselves?
Yeah, that's it.
Like to look like insane. But
Yeah.
a lot of these stories are similar things. People have seen there's fucking footage of it. These people are smart people, right? They had similar stories, all this other stuff.
Man, there was a fantastic, I would say probably one of the best UFO videos I've ever seen in my entire life. It's over a mosque in it's Palestine, Israel.
Yeah,
it's
I
that
think
big,
I've seen this.
the big orb, and you can't find it. So it's a big orb. Thousands of people saw it. It's a big orb over a mosque, and it just goes poof, a million miles an hour up in the sky. And man, it's very fucking hard to find now. Hey, very hard to find.
It's been documented for years and years and years. Whatever, like the Phoenix Lights. Thousands of fucking people seen it. There's footage.
Man,
they do not know. Well,
bro,
someone knows what it is.
Yeah.
But
bro, the Phoenix fucking lights were sitting there for days. And if you don't know about the Phoenix lights, so they thought it was there was 3 lights here and 1 light here. They thought it was 4 different spacecrafts. It turned out it was the one spacecraft. And they said it was 3 football fields long.
Massive.
And it was just sitting there for ages. And everyone just goes, that's swamp gas reflecting off the moon.
Yeah, it's clearly...
They have footage. They have footage because the news was actually...
That's right.
Yes. And the news
are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it was just sitting there for ages, but it had that kind of predator cloak on it. You know what I mean?
It's just fucking... It's fascinating that it's here. Like, it's shown in our face. It's also things we don't know about. Congress have been showing actual videos at the moment, and they're going to release things soon. And these senators and that are seeing it, saying they cannot believe it. Like, obviously they're not telling us the whole details for whatever reason, but it is fucking crazy, man. Like,
bro, there is more evidence to suggest they have been here than evidence against it.
100%, even in ancient times.
Fucking oath,
the Anunnaki, the weird symbols that all these different ancient civilizations have, who are thousands of miles behind, like not even near each other.
Yep.
Pyramids.
Yep. Man,
same symbology.
Yeah, even looking like old 16th century fucking paintings, man. The famous one, it might be older than 16th century, but it's got the Virgin Mary with baby Jesus. It's got a fucking UFO in the background, bro.
We'll put that up before. It's here. There's something happening. Obviously, we know. Like, why are we here? What's going on? What's the meaning of life? All that shit. Obviously, religion's in trouble. That's why I don't want to say things. Obviously, the government.
Well, man, there's a lot of fucking money in religion, man. Like, a lot of people go, why don't they just tell people? For one, it would cause mass hysteria. Remember when the fucking flu caused people to fucking buy up toilet paper worldwide?
Exactly.
Okay, so mass hysteria. 2, religion would lose a lot of fucking money, man. Hey, a lot of money.
And the people who control everything will lose everything.
Yeah,
they don't want to lose that.
They don't want that, man.
They do not want to lose that power.
Man, we did a fucking treaty. Well, they say Eisenhower did a treaty with the aliens back in the fucking 50s. People for technology, right? Okay, and you can look this up. How many people do you reckon go missing without a trace in the US every year? Without a trace.
I know there's a lot, but I
just guess.
So without a trace in the US?
Without a trace.
10,000.
500,000.
Are you serious?
I am 110% serious. I'll show it.
Without a trace, it can never find those people again.
Can never find it again.
1 second.
Good evening. Welcome to the Line Travellers. You got Licks and Peacock. What can we do for you?
Good evening. How are you?
Good, mate. What's going on? Who we got here?
You got Robbie. How are you, man?
Robbie, how are you,
Robbie?
mate? We got your voice message, and we believe you've got a paranormal story for us.
I do, mate. I've got a couple.
Yeah, we'd love to hear them.
Okay, so I moved from Townsville to Brisbane.
Yep.
Probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yep.
And moved into a place at Kedron.
Mm-hmm.
And Kedron being a fairly old suburb, I'm assuming that something's on the land or something here, but I had about 4 or 5 experiences in this house, which other people have witnessed as well at the same time.
Yeah, right. What are we talking? Like full body apparitions? Like
Yes. Yeah, the first one was myself, actually. I was just sitting there by myself, and this has reappeared about 3 times now.
Yeah.
It's a guy standing at my back door with his hand on the fly wire, but the inside of the body, there is nothing. It's very clear, but you can clearly see the outline of a figure.
Yep.
And I've caught it out of the corner of my eye a couple of times. Seen things.
Yeah. You sort of try and brush it off, don't you?
Hey, try and think of something different. Like, is this?
Mate, look, if I can see it, touch it, hear it, feel it, generally I believe it. But I was sitting on the couch by myself and I looked up and there it was, staring at me.
It's true.
I'm looking straight through it, yeah.
Did you get a sort of malevolent feel from it? Did you feel scared? Did it feel welcoming?
Well, funnily enough, the guy that used to live here died here. Yeah. And he'd lived here for about 10 years prior. I only moved in about 2 months after he passed.
Yep.
And I actually got to see a photo of the guy. Mm-hmm. His family came around to collect his mail and all that sort of thing for a couple of months afterwards. So I said, look, can I get a photo? Because I've seen something. And lo and behold,
it was him.
It was exactly him, mate. Curly hair, everything. Yeah.
Did he die under like suspicious circumstances or anything like that?
No, he died of cancer.
True.
So freaky stuff, man. Freaky. And I've seen that 3 times in the probably 6 years I've been here.
So you're still living there now?
I'm still living here, yes.
Jesus,
yes.
All right. So, So did you just come to terms with it? Or?
Look, I've come to terms as definitely this is either a crossroads for spirits or entities or something, because I've seen that particular entity walk from one side of the house to the other side, like through one door and out another door.
Yep.
I've seen that exact same thing about 4 or 5 times.
So you think it might be because the spirits might be kind of stuck in a loop?
I kind of feel that, yeah. Yes. It's like he didn't realise that he died or something.
Yeah, right. And the energy's still stuck there.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, and I later found out he actually used to go out every morning out the back and do his TAB form guide.
Yeah.
And, come in that door, obviously, so use that.
Yeah, true. So if you're still in this house, obviously you've seen other, have you seen other
I've
full
seen
body?
better than that. Yes, my friend. I was sitting in the lounge room approximately about a year and a half ago. This is probably the funkiest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah.
A girlfriend of mine was up visiting from Victoria.
Yep.
And she was sitting on the lounge closest to the front door. Now, the front door was locked. Something walked in my front door, and it was pissing down rain outside, so there's a fair bit of noise going on.
Yeah.
The door has clicked open.
Yep.
And from what I seen, it looked like a shimmer.
Yeah.
Like a shimmering, but it was very tall, human-like.
Yeah.
And it looked like it shook itself off from water.
Jeez. It's true.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at it, and I'm looking at her and it. And it came and sat next to me on the bloody couch and dissipated into the couch. And I immediately got a cold, beautiful feeling. I've never felt anything like it in my life.
So you didn't feel scared or anything? It actually gave you a fantastic feeling?
It was beautiful. It's the best feeling I've ever had in my entire being,
And what do you reckon that was? Just another, maybe a goodwill spirit, guardian angel, something like that?
Look, I believe in soul groups, and, we're a part of a certain particular spirit group or a soul group, if you will.
Yeah.
And I believe it was something from my soul group had come to say good day, or
that's
fantastic. A high out for me, or something like that.
That's fantastic. So
yes.
Because
that's not the freakiest.
Oh, Robbie,
I've got one more.
It's the freakiest, Robbie.
Fuck.
Okay. My barber passed away from cancer last year.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
I never got. No, that's okay. I've sort of come to terms with that a long time ago, but I never got to see him before he died because he was in Victoria.
Yeah.
Now, ironically, I was talking to a girlfriend on Facebook Messenger.
How many girlfriends you got, Robbie?
A couple.
Oh, you mate. Yeah.
Hey, you sliding.
I won't get into that. Another episode. Man.
Yeah. Thanks.
So I was on Messenger.
Yeah.
And she goes, Robbie, there's someone behind you. Now, behind me was my sliding door and my backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck off, there's nothing there.
Oh, so you're doing Robbie, the FaceTime with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she can see everything that's going on behind me as well. So she goes, Robbie, I'm serious. There's something behind you. And I looked to my right-hand side this time, and there was like a light in my backyard. And it can only be described as like a heavenly light, yeah?
Well, like an orb, or was it coming from the sky?
No, just like the background.
Yeah, right.
It was just...
It's truth.
And I seen a figure walking through there towards me.
Mm.
And I looked, and it was my dad, but when he was younger.
Yeah.
Like when he was like in his 20s or something.
It's truth.
I'm like, what have you seen, Sarah? She goes, look, it's a young man.
Yeah.
He's walking towards her and he's wearing this. And I'm like, that's what I'm seeing.
It's truth.
And Catherine came running in. That's my partner.
Mm.
Yeah.
And she had a look at the bone. And, yeah, it was. You could see sort of like the white light. You couldn't make it bigger like I could. But, yeah, that's what happened.
Did it say anything to you? Did you get any feelings from it or anything like that?
It got fairly close to the window.
Yep.
He got very close to the window, and Sarah was like, mate, get him a beer, let him in.
Yeah.
So I
He's thirsty.
I had a Jim Beam in the fridge.
Oh, good
man.
Bourbon, but, you know, I went and did that and sat down and I was just emotional.
As you would be. Like that.
Yeah.
Something
So
you don't, you know.
if anyone tells you, you know, you're never going to see your lost family again or a person that's passed, it's bullshit.
100%. No, I agree.
That's fantastic.
And it's you know, in a sad thing like that, it's good that he's come back and showed himself to you. Like,
took the time out of his busy day to come say good day to you.
Something he wanted to show me or say to me before he died too. I'm sure of it.
100%. That's it, mate.
Just his presence there was just like, oh my fucking god!
And that's
like, now I believe. I believe that everything I've seen, I'm not going crazy.
No, that's it. And you hear about it and when it actually happens to you, and
it's breaking.
Exactly right.
I think, Robbie, a lot of people don't believe you. Like, I didn't believe until in one of our episode 10, where I actually talked about how I lived in a house that was extremely haunted. I didn't believe in any of that shit, but when it happens to you, you know, you're like, Jesus Christ, like it's actually a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know if it's a possum or a
yeah,
rat
bloody oath. Yeah. Or some hobo coming in to steal your Tui's new. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe be drafties, but you know.
Robbie.
But, mate, yeah, look, it's absolutely opened my eyes to possibilities.
That's it.
I've even thought about getting, not maybe a priest or some sort of, you know, paranormal investigation.
To look more into it. That's what I've suggested at Peacock.
So, Robbie, when I was living in my haunted house, one of my mates was a heavy diesel mechanic, and he had a thermal imaging camera for he used it to look at seized pistons in engines.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And when I got that and pointed it around my house, there were so many dark spots where there shouldn't be dark spots. You know what I mean? Like on the wall. Yeah, so I definitely look into. You can even head up to like super cheap auto and stuff and rent them. And
wow.
And
okay.
and like check it out, and it'll blow your mind. And even on certain objects, like you can see dark spots where there just shouldn't be dark spots. But I definitely like sort of look into that. Hey.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've got a Repco just up the road. So
Yeah. And
and
I would also suggest documenting every sort of paranormal thing that happens. Like when my tap turned on in the middle of the night, I would document what day it turned on and the time. And sort of with numerology, you can like sort of dictate when it's going to happen next, and then you can film it.
Yeah. Look, we've had other things, you know. I've had housemates have stuff happen to them, like their hair getting pulled and fade wig and stuff. And,
but
it's
never really sort of like fucked with you. It's just people that sort of sleeping over and stuff like that.
I think it's sort of lent more towards people that are maybe looking at doing me harm or aren't very nice to me or something like that.
Yeah, righto.
It's played up with them, I've noticed.
It doesn't sound like it's a malevolent spirit, you know what I mean? It almost sounds like it's there to sort of keep you company and watch over you.
Yeah, look, I think Alan, the guy that used to live here, he had a very similar lifestyle to me.
Yep.
And had a girlfriend and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she was a bit of a bitch, apparently. So maybe he might be protecting me from the bitches.
I need one of them, I think. I haven't experienced a spirit as yet.
Well, man, Robbie, thank you so much for your call. Hey, we really appreciate that.
Mate, my pleasure, guys.
Yeah,
And
we
if
really
you
do.
want another chat, mate, anytime.
Mate, so we've saved for anyone that actually calls in with fantastic stories like yourself, we save them in the actual podcast phone, or within reason the calls go onto
We get some
YouTube.
interesting calls.
But mate, we do this every second Saturday. So mate, if we send you a message every now and then, if you've got some time,
That'd be great, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Robbie, for the call. Fucking fascinating, in-depth spiritual activity. Like, I can't, I want to, not relate, sorry, but I haven't had something like that happen to me. But you can't just let it happen, obviously. You've spoke about your story and that, which is...
As I said, I never used to believe in that shit until it happened to me. And I was like, holy fuck, this is fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like...
That's it. And like Robbie was saying, people might think you're crazy in that, but... There's reasons for maybe these spiritual encounters or stuff like that, to be there.
Yeah.
So thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank you very much, Robbie.
Yeah, before we had Robbie, we've had I think it's Trev and Big Johnny calling in. So thanks for your call, guys. Interesting things at hand.
It was definitely on the full spectrum of things that could have been said. So that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Keep it up. Hopefully get some more soon. But I think we were on the topic. I think it was Stephen Greer. There was something else I forget. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I had a thought come across me.
Tell me.
It's probably...
Tell me.
It's stupid. You could say it about anything, but I've written it down. So, Peacock, in my book of notes, when was the last time you saw your neighbours carrying groceries? Think about it. Can you even think that even occurred, or maybe once, years ago? Who knows? But is it a regular thing?
Yeah, no, I don't think I've really ever seen my neighbours carrying groceries when you think about it. Why? Where is this going?
Well, think about it. Why would that might happen, or what could that question actually be asking?
Well, you would think that people would carry their groceries in quite often, but is it one of those things that does happen but you don't really take any notice of?
Well, I was thinking the exact same thing, and I was trying to think back. I can't even recall maybe when I've seen my neighbours or someone carrying groceries inside their house. So I thought, what else do people do in the neighbourhood? Bins. I've seen bins being taken out a lot.
Yes.
So why wouldn't I see groceries then?
Where are you going with this? I'm intrigued. Simulation theory. All right. I'm listening. I like it.
So, the simulation theory, it could be multiple things. You could think your own thing. Famous movies being made about it, etc. So, the fact is that everything could be a simulation. I am in the simulation, so whatever occurs, pointless things don't really happen like that. They could be all just drones in some kind of AI simulation. Whatever happens, or did everyone die in 2019 December?
Is everyone in their own unique simulation with themselves?
Exactly. Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Righto.
So I know. We're mates in that, and I've never seen you carry groceries inside your house.
Yeah, we don't live together though. Have you ever seen your housemate carry groceries in?
Never.
Yeah, but he probably can't afford it.
He does eat my food, but it's just a question, I guess, to ask out there. What's going on?
So
what is happening?
When you want to talk about simulation theory, as you know, I'm not too big on it until...
it.
No, I definitely don't, Hannah. I'm open to it.
Because you're an NPC.
Maybe I am, bro. Maybe I am.
So that picnic in King Park never happened, or Civic Park, together?
That happened, bro.
Good.
I still have the feelings.
So it's not a simulation.
Man, all right. So, man, as you know, I'm not a big believer in simulation theory, but there is one thing that my brother pointed out to me. They were looking at light photons through slits. Have you heard about this?
No. What the fuck?
You haven't heard about this?
No, I have not.
Really? I thought this would be right up your alley because
yes.
my brother knows I'm not about simulation theory, but he showed me this. So they're filming light photons through slits with cameras, and they're dancing away moving in ways that light photon shouldn't move, right?
Yep.
And then once they reveal the camera to the photons, they start moving how they should move. It's almost like they know they're being fucking filmed. That is simulation theory.
Photons?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I shit you not. Yeah. I shit you not. Google that shit, man. It is because as I said, I'm not big on that whole fucking thing. But when I saw that, I was like, Like when the camera is revealed, they move how they're supposed to move, as if they know they're being filmed.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's fucking mind blowing, man. It's mind blowing.
I have to look into this because this is interesting.
So you're trying to come at me with simulation theory, man. I come back with something you're like, fuck.
Stumped me a little bit. Well, also on the simulation theory, there's this dude, I forget his name anyway. He's probably, who cares? He was saying that in his DMT experience, he can get to a level where in the fabric of whatever, he can always go back to this, we were talking about DMT before, obviously. He can always go back to this number that occurs when he sees some kind of fractal object and there's actual written code in it.
Okay.
You can constantly see the same numbers over and over in this code every time it goes back there.
That's the type of thing.
He believes like the fabric is coded.
Again, man.
I know he's tripping out, obviously.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But it's I don't know, interesting thought.
Man, sometimes you've got to take an illicit substance to get a different perspective on things. You know what I mean? Like, alcohol is there to dull you. Cannabis can occasionally give you a different perspective on what's going on in your life, especially emotionally, man. I personally find that. As long as you're not, ripping cone after cone of hydro.
Greening out man in the park.
Oh, God. Those were the days. Take me back. But, look, I know
it's a big one.
I don't know, I'm open to the idea. I'm absolutely open to the idea. But my argument is, if we were living in a simulation, why wouldn't it be more exciting?
Yeah, I know. You always say that. And
it's boring.
I always go back.
It's boring.
Of course it's going to be boring. Why would they make it exciting?
But what do they gain if they say, fucking, all right, Lixie boy's going to work today, Peacock's doing night shift today, let's just see how they handle this?
It's just to keep the control, man, of whatever reason they do it. Like, you always see UAPs. The elite's doing something. Take this vaccination. Do you know what happens? Nothing.
Okay.
No one rises up. Nothing happens ever.
Is there sort of because you know how there's like a pope of like flat earth? He's the big dick in flat earth, which I do not agree with. Flat earth, I hate it. But is there a big dick in simulation theory, like the pope of simulation theory that's like spitting this shit? Like,
there's not really, actually. There's no one really spitting those facts like they're deep, the fucking flat earth, all these whatever, and a society about it. There's nothing there, probably because they control it.
Perhaps. Yeah, man, and it is sort of a newer conspiracy theory coming out.
Well, with everything that goes on in the universe and everything, why couldn't there potentially be a program that, say, reached this level of sophistication and technology that then decided to create everything into its simulation and to control that for whatever reason? We don't know.
Look, man, when you put it like that, man, I think that's plausible. But realistically, after the 2 years of the spicy cough, I think anything's plausible.
Yeah, and they also thought maybe when it happened that the spicy cough actually did kill everyone. Because I can think back whatever in the past, but these could be memories inserted into my fucking cerebral cortex in the penile gland for whatever reason.
In the penile gland.
The penile gland.
Yeah, right.
The penis gland.
Yeah, they insert the memories in your penis.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, they're good memories. Keep going, Daddy.
Yeah, that's deep.
Look. Respectfully, I think when you come down to simulation theory, and you've got to look into the light photons moving around, because I thought that was actually
that just stumped me with science, man. I'm not good with that.
Yeah, but it is actually pretty fantastic. But
look into it.
Look, anything's plausible this day and age. Anything is fucking plausible.
Yeah, it is. But maybe I'm just a black-pilled, depressed person. I don't know, but
I don't think you are.
Thank you, man. That makes me feel better about myself. So. We're discussing before, we're having a few beers downstairs. I had steak. I think it was Elon Musk versus the Zuck.
Is that actually happening? Because my hen said, she's like, Elon Musk is punching on with Mark Zuckerberg. Is that actually happening, or is it just sort of Instagram news?
Apparently it is. I think the big man, I think Elon might have called it out about a cage fight. And Zuck, the great man, messaged him saying, what was it? It was, send me the location.
Yeah, what
Do you know who said that? Do you know who said that? The fucking the cage fighter, Conor McGregor was used to fight him. He's from Russia.
Nate Diaz. Oh no, Khabib.
No, Khabib, he said send me location.
Yeah.
Apparently Zuck, because he's a fucking big pimp, decided to say that.
Man, Zuck actually does train jiu-jitsu every fucking day.
Yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But Musk is built like a fucking fridge, man.
Yeah, he is, man. He's
Man,
staunch, man.
With his shirt off?
Yeah, he's girthed
like,
out, man. Yeah,
we'll
we'll put it up here.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
Good-looking bloke.
man, they're not going to punch on. Do you reckon they're going to punch on?
I don't know, but I've got stats if you want me to.
I'd love to hear the stats. Tell me.
So I've divided.
Also, I like it how you've got no. I quite like that. I like it heaps.
Because you said, oh, you better fucking research something, or, you always last minute. And yeah, sometimes I like pressure. But I decided to write
Diamonds are falling under pressure. Give me the stats.
Yes, like my penis. So the stats aren't that good. It's just if the fight's going on, whatever. So we've got Musk.
Yep.
Age 51.
51.
Zuck 34.
Yep.
The height on Musk is 6'1", 1 inch. Big man.
He's 6'1", is he?
6'1", baby.
Yeah.
Zuck
would be what? 5? I reckon 5'9".
Ooh, 5'7".
Yeah.
So
5'7".
Yeah, he's a manlet. He's a manlet.
A manlet. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm 6 foot. But nationality, we got Musk. He's a South African. He's a Safa, and we got the Zuckerberg. I forget what he's weird USA is he?
Yeah.
Or also probably some kind of weird planet somewhere. Who knows?
Yes.
Net worth. Got Big Musk. He's 245.9 billion. And
What's the Zuck got?
109, mate.
Billion.
Yes, nothing.
No, it's fuck all.
Yes.
But
yes.
man, do you have the reach stats on that too?
No, I don't reach.
So man,
I don't reach.
So
but I've got disciplines. So Musk is karate and taekwondo and judo.
I didn't know that about Musk.
Apparently.
Yeah.
He knows, man.
Man, he'd have the time.
He has a flamethrower, man. And obviously, as you know, for some reason, Zuckerberg's discipline, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Shut up, you fucking pin.
Yeah.
I have trouble with my speech.
I know. I apologise. Continue.
And weaknesses. So, Musk's weaknesses is women and taxes. And guess what? Old Zuckerberg, you probably make it up. What his weaknesses is. Yes. I don't want to go there. Yes. Government regulatory bodies.
Man.
Can't even write what I wrote down.
Regulatory bodies.
Yeah, he's always getting fucked over by the government.
Man, do you remember seeing him? Man, that's some good research, man.
Thank you. That took me a while.
So man, fucking what about how they had him in front of the Supreme Court, man? Man, it looked like his eyes were red. I'm sure we've talked about this.
Yeah,
before,
we have, and the way he was drinking water to look like a human. Yeah.
Man, have you seen that fucking video, man, where he's like, gotta smoke these meats?
Oh, yeah, we bring that up and it's disturbing.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he's the control of the simulation. But why is he doing jiu-jitsu, man?
Okay, so this is another thing about the simulation theory. Man. Simulation theory, man, we wouldn't have great minds like Elon fucking Musk, like pushing the barriers, man, trying to colonize Mars and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Why is he so obsessed with Mars?
I don't know, man, but they have found on Mars, radioactive material on there, which is common with a nuclear blast. So they think that Mars could have been a thriving utopia like us, but they went into nuclear war.
So like another civilization or us?
Well, that here's the thing. They reckon that could have been our first domain, and then we moved there because Mars was still in the habitable zone. Yeah. So man, it's plausible, bro.
It's plausible. Fuck going to Mars. And
so man, what are they like? What are you putting on, man? I'm gonna go Mars.
Oh, betting studies.
But what is it? A cage fight though?
Yeah, he reckons. I think it was Las Vegas Octagon.
All right, cage. So but man, fucking Zuck man trains jiu-jitsu, and what do you say? He's 5'7".
Yeah, 5'7".
So man, if it come down,
get the reach,
man, if it come down to grappling, man, he'd probably have him. Hey, he'd be nimble.
He
as
looks.
fuck.
I've seen him in he was versing some other cunt.
Can he grapple all right?
He was grappling him, but if you were versing Zuck, man, would you just go, "Oh, he's the CEO. Should I go easy?"
Yeah, well, that's it. But
or would you be like, "Fuck you, cunt"?
Nah, because he's paying heat, man. But if me and you went in there, they're fucking.
Yeah, man, we'll have erections. I reckon.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Who knows?
Possible, man. The whole fucking episode is about penises.
Yeah. Well, that's the way we started.
Back to the topic at hand. So he's grappling like. We're back. So yeah, he's grappling. Musk fridge like karate. I don't know. What the fuck
all right.
karate.
So
judo.
Yeah. So this is my bet, man.
What would he have to do to take Zuck down?
So I reckon if big musky man, he like hit him with a fucking right, man, it'd kill him. It'd kill him in the fucking ring. But man, if he, because the little spider monkey that Zuck is 5'7", did you say 5'7"?
So he's squirming.
Yeah, but man, if he got fucking if he got
down.
musky, like man, I reckon he'd lock him up on like the guillotine or something like that.
Man,
Hey,
I don't want to see that happen.
no, I'd be hating that.
Hopefully Musk goes in, man. Like just drops him, man, and he just starts seizuring on the ground.
Yeah,
What would happen then?
I don't think you get time for killing someone in the ring.
You know?
I don't think so. No.
Maybe it's fucking like he's going to take him out, man, and take his fucking whatever. Meta.
Meta. What happened in the metaverse? Weren't you in the metaverse for a while with the VR fucking thing? What was going on with that?
I've showed you the VR world, didn't I?
One part of it, and I was like, dear God.
Look, I bought some goggles, man. I was in lockdown, man. You know we were locked down doing weird shit. So I bought the... Like, I was in the metaverse, man.
Yeah.
I was there. My first port of call was a certain website that had VR stuff, right? Anyway.
VR documentaries.
Yeah, and it was different.
Well, when you showed me...
As you said to me several times, you got to try everything once.
You do.
And the good things twice.
Deuce.
Or more.
Deuce. Yeah,
Deuce.
or more, whatever. But
So I had to try.
when you showed me these VR documentaries, I was like, dear God.
Yeah, it was quite weird, actually.
It actually was.
Yeah.
Especially when you started wanking, man, just in my living room.
Well,
that is
man,
weird.
I couldn't see anything else, man. I could see things coming. I was like, Jesus.
And,
I was fighting back.
All right, so man, we've talked about this before, man. Like,
Yeah.
With VR pornography, man, and you've got your VR goggles on and your fucking headphones on, man, and some hydraulic fucking penis thing jerking you off, man. You can't hear anything, man. What if your fucking mum come in to drop you off some spaghetti? She'd open the door, and be like, ah! You know what I mean? Like, man, she'd have a heart attack. You know what I mean?
How could you ever come back from that?
You couldn't come back from it, man. You couldn't come back from it.
Oh, man. Speaking of some funny pornography experiences. Well, not experiences, but I think I might have spoke about it once. So I had a past job as a garbologist. And in one of my routes, we could. So I think I brought it up before. So we get to keep the loot. So whatever we liked, we had a little loot area.
Yep.
And I found this stash, and I was going through it as you do. It was VCR pornographic material from like the 90s.
Yeah.
So it was like ghetto blasters, big booty.
Yeah. Like Backdoor Sluts 9 shit like that.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm keeping this. For historical reasons, preservation reasons as well.
Yep.
So I bring the loot back home, and I had an associate of mine. He had a VCR player. And he's like, oh, fuck, man, I'll take that.
How old were you then? You would have been fucking, what, 18, 19?
I think it was before the armed services.
Did we have DVDs then? No, VCRs were definitely on their way out.
No, they're on the way. That's what I said. Historical preservation.
Yeah. All right. So
reasons. So not many people had VCRs.
So you plugged it in?
I didn't plug it in. So I gave it to my mate, and he went home, and his mum had a VCR player. So he's like, no one's home, bro.
Yeah. No one's home. Yeah.
Hasn't watched 90s porno for a while.
Yeah.
Put the VCR in.
Yep.
Watching it, whatever.
Yep.
Tries to take it out. It doesn't come out. It's stuck in his mum's VCR player at home. Jesus. And she's coming home in half an hour, man.
What did he do?
He ripped it apart.
The VCR player. How do you explain that to his fucking mum?
He said it. I think it was like the cat moved something. Where back we had a technical issue.
A brief hiatus.
So excuse me. As I was explaining, I've had a few beers after this. About the pornographic VCR situation.
Yes.
So yeah, the VCR player was broken due to malfunction in an old VH.
Technical difficulties.
Yes. So yeah, I think his mum was coming back. He blamed it on the cat somehow.
The cat?
It was fucking destroyed, man. The VCR was destroyed.
Yeah, so to get the porno tape back out.
So he got the porno tape out, but destroyed the VCR player in the progress. Then he had the audacity to blame me a bit.
You.
Yeah, after I gave him the fucking historical fucking VCR porno. Like, whatever.
So what? He was like fucking Lixie boy fucking.
You set me up, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, anyway.
Did his mum call your mum?
Nah. I don't think he blamed me that badly, but
Yeah.
he just... I think the situation is just... I can't, man. I'm so drunk. I'm only joking.
Well,
But yeah, go ahead.
On that note, I think we're going to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you to our callers.
Yes.
As per, Lixie Boy and myself had a fantastic evening. If you want to give us a call, we do review... fuck, I'm drunk too. Shit. We do
mate.
review
Like
the voicemails every Wednesday on 0403 245 692. And anything else you got to say?
No, yeah. Thanks for the calls again. Had some great stories. Hopefully this episode will be out soon. And yeah, Discord's obviously always happening. So like big old Peacock said. Yep.
Stay sweaty.
Stay sweaty.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive. All right, you need another.